Alrighty, so today we're going to try to get through the whole uh, record by High Res, Forgive and Regret. And this might be done in sections, two parts, or it might be done all together. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with the first track here. Okay, so the intro, you know, it's, I love it. It's, I like the beat. It's reminiscent of like an 80s style beat. It reminds me of like After Hours by The Weeknd, or like Uncut Gems kind of vibe. Um, and yeah, it really just sets the tone for the whole record, as should any intro. But usually it's hit or miss with hip hop, and with this particular project, he hit the nail on the head with it. So um, that's what I have to say about the intro. Now let's go into the next track. Track 2, and again, very good track. It's for me, it's a very spiritual track, and you could tell there was a lot of thought put into the music, because he's even got, aside from songwriting, he's also got background vocals, and they come in towards the end, but they really mesh well with his and the whole song as a whole. And the vocals sound familiar. They sound like a vocalist that he's worked with before in the past, but I cannot confirm that. But it definitely adds to the song. So here we go, next track 3. Okay, track number 3. Man, I gotta say, the song starts off with guitar, so that right there sets the music apart. And the song is called Breakdown, and it really ties into the concept of forgive and regret, because he's talking about the people in his life, the mistakes, the forgiving and but not forgetting, and how some of those situations turn into regret, and it's just a really good song to point out, which ties into the whole record. So yeah, next song. A lot went into this next track, so it's called Save Me. The intro sounds like a vocal sample, or a vocal that he turned into what turned into a sample. Again, guitar track, and man, the lyrics, just talking about accepting who you are, and accepting yourself, and overcoming depression, and life. And another song with great production that you'll hear, and you can tell that he looked at every detail. And yeah, let's go into the next one. Next song, Worth Living. The instrumental makes its first turn into darker tones, but nevertheless, the main material is the lyrics, and it's talking about life and death. What are we living for, and eventually we have to die. So it's like we have to make the best of it, and we have to make it something worthwhile. And the verses are, he's talking about just overcoming a lot of the adversities that kind of hinder you from reaching those goals or reaching those objectives. Just the way that you view life, or what you're trying to accomplish, just overcoming those or getting over those. And I think that's a very energetic track, and also a motivating track. So yeah, did well with that. Next track. Alright, so next track is called Stressing. It's so this track sounds kind of like a rock hip hop, or like an alternative rock kind of hip hop blend, and I really like the song structure, and I really like the fact that he incorporated that into the track. But overall, the track is just relatable. I think that we can all relate to that stress, and especially during this pandemic. Especially looking back, at our lives, some of the stresses that were involved. So again, another great track, and we're almost halfway there, so let's keep it going. Okay, so I really encourage you guys to listen to this song. It's called Dying to Live, and it contains a sample that's been used on a Tupac Biggie track. It's similar to Worth Living, one of the songs before, but this song really this is a really deep track. It dives deep into deeper topics and more compelling material. So I encourage you to listen to that. But it also addresses a lot of the people that a lot of the legends who have died, and kind of what their what their legacy is, and what they stood for, and why they died. So I encourage you to listen to that track. And here we go on to track 8. Okay, now this song is called No More, and it really just addresses like the weight of the world, or the weight that you carry, or the burdens that you carry, or the things that we all go through in life. And this is talking about being in that place for some time and not seeing a change, or not seeing a goal achieved. Those are the things that that make us that can make us struggle sometimes. But he's really addressing that in this track. So to get more clarity on it, I would advise you to listen to it. So that's track number 8, No More, and we'll get into part 2 next. Part 2 here, we're gonna go ahead and review the next track. Track 9 off Forgive and Regret. Okay, just finished that track, and it's just another track of overcoming, and the title is Another Lie. And yeah, it's just talking about how, you know, uh, how some people, some people are a waste of time or energy, and at least that's what I got from it. So let's dive into the next track here. Alright, again, another song of overcoming, and it seems to be kind of a constant thread, but um, for me in particular, it's relatable. A lot of, a lot of the stuff was recorded, in a time um, where, we didn't get to hear. Basically, it's like therapy music, but yeah, it's definitely a relatable thread, and for that, I still encourage you to listen. So here's the next track. Okay, so this track and the track after it, Second Chances, it's a continuation of the same material. Um, the only track that I I listened to once but didn't listen to again afterwards was Disappear. It just wasn't relatable to. It's not that it wasn't relatable, it's just the material I didn't really resonate with. So, for that reason, I didn't. I didn't include it. But next, we've got a few more songs before the end, and let's get into those. The next song is The Cure. Now, this song is a very powerful song, a very spiritual song as well. The hook, the chorus is just so memorable and so powerful, so I encourage you to listen to that. And then the song after is Survival, another strong, very deep and resonating song, material wise and production wise. So there's also videos that he's shot for the album, and this Survival in particular. So check that out. Okay, now this song is the last song, and basically is the whole album in one, kind of, basically, and it's Never Hold Back. It's featuring Ritz, a strange music artist, and yeah, the message is just very powerful. The hook. So again, there it is, last song on the album, and now it's time for me to give this a rating, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. And there's only one song that I didn't go back and listen to, and that was Disappear. And overall, it was about 95% there. If that song wasn't on there, or if he replaced that song with something else, it would have been completely 100%. So yeah, there we go. Next week we'll see what we have, but there's been a lot of new music coming out, and I just wanted to cover these last few records.